This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thanks for getting up with us on this Sunday morning. I'm Tim Gordon. This morning on Sunrise, dozens of residents of an apartment complex in southwest Portland are woken up by smoke and flames. Nearly a dozen rushed to the hospital. What neighbors say they saw as people tried to escape that fire. Plus, after a tumultuous season off the field, the Portland Thorns are champions on the pitch. We hear from fans watching here in Portland. But before we get to all that, let's check in with Chris McGinnis for a quick look at the Sunday forecast. Good morning.
Good morning, Tim. Off to another drippy start out there in some cases, much like we were yesterday. Right here's looking at radar to satellite over the last 6 hours. Lots of cloud cover and a few green blobs here and there. Right now we've got some light rain along the South Washington and the North Oregon coast. And from time to time, that will likely spread inland, but the radar scan right now shows generally dry conditions from Portland south of Salem and Corvallis. A couple sprinkles right now up towards, probably even heavier than sprinkles from Longview and points east. And these will kind of dot the landscape here for the first part of our day today. 54 last check at PDX, so a mild start to the day, obviously cloudy as well. And elsewhere across the region, we're 50 in Hillsborough, 53 Sherwood. Hopping over the Cascades where the sky was mostly clear overnight. We're as cold as 21 right now in Burns, 26 in Baker City. You folks east of the Cascades today will wind up with a pretty nice day. I think we'll see some sunshine there, but west side of the state, no such luck. Plenty of cloud cover today. It's possible we get a sprinkle here or there, but the chances of rain significantly increase as we go towards sunset, 6 o'clock and beyond. It looks like a rainy night tonight and a rainy start to Halloween. We'll walk you through that part of your forecast in just a few minutes, Tim.
Okay, Chris, thanks a lot. We'll see you then. We start this half hour with championship glory for Soccer City, USA. A rocky season off the field won't be forgotten, but it takes a backseat to this weekend and the joys of a dominant performance on the pitch by the Portland Thorns. The Thorns playing Kansas City for the NWSL Championship in Washington, D.C. And league MVP Sophia Smith set the tone early with a goal in the 5th minute of the game. After that, the Thorns never looked back, winning it 2-0. It's Portland's 3rd NWSL title. Orlando Sanchez will have full highlights and reaction coming up in our next half hour. Well, the championship match certainly gave Thorns supporters a lot to cheer about. And obviously most couldn't make the trip to Washington, D.C., so of course they gathered for watch parties here in Portland. KGW's Art Edwards got to check out a couple of them.
Thorns watch parties ruled the day at the Sports Bra. So crowded, they put a sign on the door telling people to find other spots to watch the championship match. Those who got inside got there really early.
2 o'clock this afternoon so that we could sit at the bar and have great seats in front of the TV.
We made it in for a short time before the match started. Senator Ron Wyden got in and cheered with everyone else. A few miles away at Hopworks, the place was packed for a watch party. Every TV on the match and the fans worked up from the opening whistle. And when Sophia Smith scored the opening goal, the fans erupted in celebration. These fans cheered hard for their team, like when Christine Sinclair came off and Crystal Dunn went in. After the match, relief and joy.
I mean, they're amazing. They've just been awesome for so long, and to finally come out on national primetime sports, who's not excited about this stuff? Come on.
We deserved it. The girls deserved it. We're all super excited for them. Yes, they worked for it.
Even Timber Joey was at the watch party to support the Thorns.
I'm so proud. I'm so proud of those women. They've done so many incredible things. I've been in tears multiple times this season over this, and I'm happy they got what they deserved. It's amazing.
Yes, it is. Well, the Thorns return to Portland this afternoon. You can greet the team on the departure roadway at PDX around 1 o'clock today. There's a rally scheduled at Providence Park for Tuesday night. Well, switching gears this morning, the Washington Department of Health is urging people to stay up to date on immunizations as we head into the winter virus season. The state is reporting 2 flu-related deaths so far this year. State health officials are also closely monitoring A rise in RSV, that's hitting young children hard right now.
Hospitals are already at high capacity and very stressed. And when you add in complications by an early and severe season of highly contagious respiratory viruses, that puts an even greater strain on the system.
Now, there is no vaccine for RSV. The best prevention is to wash your hands, stay home when sick, and stay away from others who are sick. That's good advice for a lot of the viruses out there, right? Well, Washington County is preparing to help people who are homeless during the cold season. The winter shelter at the Cloverleaf building opens next Tuesday, and it'll operate through the end of May. That's on Northeast 28th near Cornell. The shelter has beds and meals and access to other services. Through a combination of winter shelters, year-round programs, and temporary sites, Washington County now has beds for up to 320 people. Portland's major crash team is investigating a collision involving a bicyclist and a car. An accident happened in the Powellhurst-Gilbert neighborhood Friday night. The bicyclist was sent to the hospital by ambulance. Doctors say her injuries are life-threatening. The car's driver was not hurt. He remained at the scene and is cooperating with authorities. Well, more than 24 people have been forced from their homes after an early morning fire in southwest Portland on Saturday. 8 of them went to the hospital for injuries ranging from burns to broken bones. Alma McCarty spoke with one woman who saw the flames and immediately called 911.
Flashing lights lit up the night sky outside the Southwest Portland apartment building early Saturday morning as firefighters tackled the flames coming through the windows, the stairwell, and the roof.
Oh my God, I hope everybody in there woke up.
Shayla Rogers first noticed the fire across the parking lot around 3 a.m. and made one of the initial calls to 911.
I was actually sleeping and I woke up to a loud boom. And I was just like, what the heck? Something didn't feel right.
She then heard yelling outside.
There was this young girl and she just showed me her wrist and it was just completely broken. It was in the shape of an S and half of her face was just burnt. And she was just traumatized. She said, "Is my face okay?" And I said, "You're fine." It wasn't super bad, but it wasn't okay. And she was just telling me, she said, "I had to jump out. I woke up, I just had to jump out."
Other neighbors jumped too to escape the flames.
It was a very tragic call. I mean, as you can imagine, it was a very chaotic scene. A lot of people witnessed it.
The Washington County Sheriff's Office and Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue arrived soon after, evacuating people from the rest of the building, rescuing 7 people stuck inside, along with multiple pets. 8 people were taken to the hospital, some with broken bones, others for smoke inhalation and burns. No word yet on how serious those injuries are. In total, firefighters say 24 people were forced out of their apartments following the fire.
And our hearts go out to everyone that was impacted by this fire, everyone that witnessed it that's in this complex. These are communities. These are people that oftentimes know each other too. So we can only imagine how traumatizing it is for everyone that was involved.
Fire investigators spent Saturday morning inspecting the site and are actively working to determine the cause of this fire.
I truly hope everybody is okay and has minor injuries that they can heal from and just continue living their lives, because anything can happen. You go to bed and you would never think you would wake up to something so terrible.
Wow. Well, TVFNR also wants to remind people to make sure you have working smoke alarms, test them on a regular basis. Also identify a couple different ways out of your home or apartment. And if the second way out is a window upstairs, consider an escape ladder. All right, Oregon State University just released a sobering report on climate change, and some of the information won't come as a big surprise. Long story short, we've got to act now before extreme fires and droughts get worse. Coming up next, what needs to happen to turn things around.